What's going on, YouTube family? I think I pushed the right button. Am I supposed to be here? What is this? Where am I? What am I doing on YouTube? Is you guys what are you guys doing watching this? You guys crazy? This is my buddy Brad. We do high fives.
There it is.
We,
First
we got, and we're just gonna be chit-chatting with you guys today, a little reselling, little sports, whatever comes up. I wanted to jump on. I usually do another show on Buck Mountain Barn, I believe it is, on Thursdays, and we're not doing it tonight, so I decided to jump on this channel. So, Brad, what is going on, sir?
Not much, man. Just living the dream, staying busy. I'm dead tired. I just got off the roof at the church and showered up so I could talk to you, and here I am. There's Tim in the chat. Looks like.
What's going on, Tim?
What's up, Tim? Hey, I think the Dolphins picked up a guy from the Commanders, and yes, Leroy is eating. I need you to give me a scouting report on. I don't even know the player's name. He was a cornerback, I think. I need a scouting report on that guy.
I was gonna mention that the Dolphins lost up quite a few people, huh?
It feels like a bloodbath, but they had to do it because they had to clear some cap space. And
what's up, Ella? Ella, how are you?
Ella, I don't know you, Ella, but it's nice to have you here. Fuller.
First, she has a really big auction, like 5-hour auction, like 6 days a week. She's one of my OG friends. So what's up, Ella? Nice to see you.
Awesome. Bearded Thrift Machine.
Julian, goodness.
I don't think. Well, now, which one is Bearded Thrift Machine?
Julian is the non-tool guy. He's the one that doesn't know much about tools.
Does he have another channel with a wife, possibly Flip Squad? Yeah, yes. I watch those guys. I watch those guys every night.
Yeah, no, Julian doesn't exist. I don't know if he's a real person. I've never seen him. He lives like 4 hours from me, but I've never really seen him, so I don't know if he's real. And if you asked him, dinosaurs aren't real. Oh. And then Julian is a big fan of dinosaurs.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah. I see. I too am a big fan of dinosaurs. The kind you pick up and sell on eBay.
Yeah. I look at the what's it, the Jurassic Park or Jurassic World?
Yeah. They've kind of cooled off, I guess, because there hadn't been a movie out in a couple of years now. But they're still, if you can get them cheap enough, they're good to pick up. Bearded Thrift Machine says he could be a dinosaur.
I don't think he's real. I think his wife is real. I think the doggy's real, but I don't think there's really a Julian. His videos are real, and I love his videos. I stopped leaving comments because what happens with Julian's videos is there's a story behind me and Julian. I've been around for a while, and Julian has been around for a while too as well. And I would never really say that I liked tools or that I did tools. I said I did, but I never claimed it. And Julian's heard this story a bunch of times. He's going to hear it again tonight. And he went on a show. It was goodness gracious, Mountain. Troy. He went on Troy's channel.
Mountain Treasure.
Yeah. He went on Troy's channel, and Troy introduced him as the Tool Man. That went up the back of my head, back to my back, down to my feet, back up to my head, went back down to my back. And from that point on, I was like, that's not happening. and he goes, I was watching a show. I was watching a Hairy Tornado, and he had this guy on, and he went to his warehouse, and he did all tools, and he said, I could do tools. It was me. It was me. I was on Josh's channel back in the day, and Julian decided to start doing tools. I was so upset. He's like,
Yeah. Julian said I keep reading them, but I kind of stopped responding to a lot of comments. Sometimes I need a mental break from them. I can understand that.
he has 100,000 subscribers. Imagine that. Like,
That's awesome.
on his other channel, he just hit 100,000 last year.
Yeah. He said you're 100% the reason he started to sell tools.
I'm gonna let him know that too. Oh, I was so upset. I was so upset because I never really pushed it. Like, and I don't care. I mean, I think I give out more information about tools than most people do about other stuff. You know, I don't know a ton. I know a lot. I act like I don't know a lot, but when I get pressured about a tool or question, I blank out. But when I'm out in the field, I could tell you what something is. But a lot of stuff I don't mess with. A lot of stuff I don't mess with. I do a lot of working 80s, 90s hand tools. Some of the wood planes, some of that stuff, if I'm not getting in a box lot, I don't mess with it because I don't want to take that gamble.
Yeah. I was going to ask you, I was going to go to a new flea market this weekend. We found a new flea market that's opened up about 40 minutes away from us. And if I'm going to look,
I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
Would that be heading from your house, heading towards my town, Dickerson?
Dixon.
Heading that way?
It's kind of in that direction. Yeah, it's in a town called Shelbyville.
I think I know. Is it on a bigger, like, is it on that road, that highway? Because I seen one when I went up there, and it was heading that way.
No, this is a new one. It's actually off of, you're probably on the interstate. Were you on the interstate?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a good ways off the interstate. It's in a town called Shelbyville, the walking horse capital of the world. And no, it's a new one they built. I was going to ask you if I'm going to go and I see a tool.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, what tool should I look for? What at a flea market? What's a tool that I'm going to see that I should probably pick up?
Here's what you should do if you can. You're not going to do it because I try and it never works. When you go, take as many pictures as you can, and you and I can do a show either here or on Buck Mountain, and we'll if you can try to take 10 pictures. That's your homework.
All right.
Try to take 10 pictures of a table with tools. Right. Just take the picture. You don't have to do a video. Just take a sideways picture, like 10 different tables if you can.
All right.
We'll go through it live, and I'll tell you what I see. Will that work?
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
This time, it's not going to work this time, but it will work for you in the future.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, that's a cool idea. I like that. Yeah, no, I don't know. I have no idea what to expect. It's we saw the signs for it pop up for like, they were popping up around town for like, I don't know, 6 or 7 months. And every time we would like try to find the website and go there, they hadn't done anything yet. And then we saw the other day they were actually open. There's a Michelle's at Lathan.
Hi, Michelle. How are you? Thanks for coming in.
What's up, Michelle? My name's Brad. It's good to have you here with us tonight.
Yeah, we don't even have names on here.
I know, right?
Let's see. Oh, we don't want that one. No. How do we do names?
I don't know. I've never ran a StreamYard stream, so I don't have any idea.
I'm a rookie.
I got it. You do this right here.
I know what you're gonna do. No, it should come up. Somebody will tell me how to do it.
There we go.
My name is Brad.
There's probably some kind of toggle switch to show names or something.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't
One
know.
Nate Roy, two Brad. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Can you see a purple outline, or is that just on my screen?
I think it's just on your screen.
Okay.
I don't see it. How did you get into tools, by the way?
So, my background and work history is I've always been like a maintenance man. I did facility maintenance. Um, I started off as a toilet cleaner, but we weren't told that we could be toilet cleaners. We were told we were bathroom specialists.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
I was a toilet bowl extraordinaire. That's what I
yeah.
was.
It's like that movie, No Time for Sergeants. You were the permanent latrine orderly.
But so I've always been around tools. I had a landscape business for a long time. Um, um, I liked the flea market, and I started going to the flea market. I started my landscape business at 16, and a guy told me, "Hey, you can get rid of some of your equipment at this swap meet," which I always argued the difference because in the West, your regular flea market is called swap meet. In the North, a swap meet is a particular show: auto swap meet, gun swap meet, card swap meet, baking swap meet. I mean, you can, and it's usually just on those. And I could be wrong. This is just my way of how I see it. So I went to the swap meet and I made like $1,300. No, it was more than 1,300. It's like almost $2,500 in 3 days. And I was like, oh, I can get the new backpack I need. I can get the new weed whacker I need. And I was able to sell off stuff and get money for it. Back in the day, there was no Facebook Marketplace. There was a thing called the want ad. I don't know if you guys had it down here.
In our
Well,
newspapers. Yeah.
yeah. And then it was called the want ad. It was a big booklet and it came out like every Thursday. And I'd be the first one I'd wait. I knew the guy's truck because it was like independently delivered.
Yeah.
And I knew his little truck, and I would see it, and I'd go and I'd get it, and it was thick. It was thick, and they'd have it in categories, and then it'd have like lawn and garden, and I would go in lawn and garden, and I would get, if I needed a new backpack or whatever, or sell something. I tried selling, but it was too much for me to sell it that way. So started selling at the swap meet, and then just started doing tools. And really enjoyed it. It's somewhere, it's a category where nobody's in. People say they sell tools, but they sell 3% tools, or they'll get in it for a little while and then realize it's just a headache, or they want the big money stuff. I mean, I'd like to be like Cernock and sell, $400 baseball caps too, but I'm stuck with the $3. But with the tools, I feel like this, like, it's hard to. I feel like it's such an open market, and nobody, even though I talk about it, it's an open market. Like, I know Julian's probably going now, but you'll put something on, or you'll go look, just like you with the Playmobil, right? So, guys, if you guys are here from my channel, you guys don't know Brad. Brad specializes in Playmobil, and I'll let him talk. I will let him talk. It's, I just feel like it's such an open market, and I don't want to leave it. And I get into, I'll go look up like this. Okay. I always, notice you've been on shows with me for a while. I always have something in reach.
Yeah.
Always have something in reach. So this is a Craftsman roto grip, and it's not big money, but you can get these for like $1 or $2. They're like $14 on eBay, and it fast $14.
Yeah.
Where you can sell it within two or 3 months, sometimes a week. depending on how you price it. So that's sort of where my drive is with the tools. To answer your question in about 97 minutes. So you can sort of explain to some of these guys what you do, and what you do on the reselling side.
Yeah. So we're I'm going to give my wife like 90% of the credit, even though I'm the one that built up the online business, the eBay stuff and all that, and got it going. She actually homeschooled our kids for till they all graduated, and getting close to the last one graduating, she said, hey, we got somebody with us. I know that face.
What's going on?
Which one are you?
I'm Scott, Trading Post Picker.
Trading Post Picker. Yes. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So when she was getting close to finishing up homeschooling our youngest, she knew that she was going to be looking for something to do, and her family runs fruit stands, but she really didn't want to. Hey, and there's Eric.
What's up, Eric?
What's going on, guys?
And not much. What's going on with you? Fresh from India and sporting the Dolphins hat, I see.
Yeah.
No
Yeah, you gotta
winter.
do it, right?
Yeah, but
The
anyway,
Dolphins I don't recognize anymore.
I know, right? Hey, we stole somebody from Tim's team today. I saw. He said it was a good pickup for us. So I'm trusting my boy Tim with the scouting report there.
I don't know, man. I've seen the artist formerly known as the Redskins play. I don't know if that'd be a good pickup.
Oh no!
Well, now that you mention that, if this guy's supposed to be all that, they didn't seem like they could stop the Dolphins when we played them this year.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we need a cornerback from the Commanders or not.
Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, Leroy kind of asked me to tell my stories. I was kind of spilling my story here, but anyway, yeah. Whenever we were getting ready to finish, my youngest son was getting ready to finish up school. My wife knew she's going to be looking for something to do, and so I had been building up the eBay thing, kind of doing that on the side, and she kind of jumped in and started. It took her a while. She was scared of the shipping and all the same things that all the issues people have when they get started. And but finally convinced her to just jump in, and she's really kind of taking it over. I do all the shipping and all the driving and all that stuff, but she probably does at this point probably 95% of all the listing and everything. And the stuff I buy just sits around. The stuff she buys, it gets listed.
And I'm just gonna jump in real quick, and then I'll let these other guys talk. But eventually you can explain, guys, too. Brad actually travels to get his stuff. So a lot of people will talk about, they go to their flea markets. This guy will go 6 or 7 hours. I mean, Eric will too, but he'll go 6 or 7 hours just to go get a whole bunch $700 pickup and then drive 6 or 7 hours back.
Wow.
I don't care about that often. And he sort of has to do it that way for what he sells. And then, Eric, you guys can jump in. I'm going to go get a drink of soda real quick.
Dude, I didn't know y'all had celebrities like Julian hanging out in the chat.
Yeah. There's that,
right?
that
And
one
Brandon,
guy.
that guy Brandon.
Yeah. What's up, Brandon? Did you say your name was Scott? Is that what you said?
Yeah, I'm
Scott?
Scott. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice to meet you, Scott. My name's Brad.
I've met
You
Scott
too.
before. In
What's
fact,
that?
somewhere in this room, I have a hat from Trading Post.
Oh, do you? If
Somewhere.
not, I can send you another one. Oh, yeah.
Look at that.
There you
You
go.
got to stretch it out a little bit.
Oh, yeah. It looks like it's a little too small.
If
I've been out in
anybody,
the yard today working, bro. So I got a little.
if anybody needs a Black Sheep Society shirt, I can get you one of those.
Hey,
Oh, nice.
if you have that in big,
I can get it in any size that's needed. Brandon said, Leroy, pair you guys up so the Dolphins at least have 2 fans. I don't know if they have 2 pairs left. Yeah, I hear you. Brandon. Well, I always know I got an ally whenever I see OBX on a call.
Yeah. As long as we're not in the same auction, we're good to go. Like that's the
I felt real. Oh yeah,
Ox
Ox knows.
tries to pit us against each other. Is what he tries to do.
Yeah, he knows how to get his dolphin stuff bit up.
Yeah, when he sees us both in there, he's like, "Look, guys, I got dolphin stuff."
I must be outnumbered because I'm a Chiefs fan.
Oh,
Hey, I got something
Yeah.
for you right here, bro. I can give you a
hey,
hand with
did you see that headline? I saw a headline the other day about going back to the Dolphins Chiefs game in the playoffs. It said that that several fans have been advised by their doctors to have like feet or or toes or something amputated going back to how cold that game was, and I guess the frostbite they got or something.
Yeah, I lived up there for like 10 and a
Yeah.
half years, and my daughter's still out there. And they had mentioned something about, not my daughter, but in the news, they had mentioned something about like fingers and toes and stuff because it was so cold.
That's nuts, dude.
Dude,
That-
out
that
there,
was
you either
kind of,
love them or you hate them.
kind of an interesting thing that one game gets postponed. One game where it's colder, they went out and played it. I was like,
Yeah.
just a little NFL conspiracy drop, just a little bit.
What's going on, Brandon? I see you, buddy.
That town is nuts when it comes to their football.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
Taylor
it's
Swift apparently. Like,
Yeah, that's true too.
Hey, Eric, how do I get the names on this?
huh?
How
How
do I
do
get
you?
Yeah, they're on the bottom.
On the bottom.
The names are on the bottom screen. They're just not up on this screen.
Over on the side, you got to do something.
I think it's under
somebody-
banners.
Yeah,
Michelle's on it. She's got it. 1 Leroy, 2 Brad, 3 Eric, 4 Scott.
she knows our names, Leroy.
Leroy,
Yeah,
I should have skipped
you
on
have to
driving
stuff
whenever
that I see on mine normally.
I just dropped Christina off down in Nashville. I should have skipped on driving and came to you.
You could have stayed at the house.
Yeah, it's probably the same distance. Asheville's about halfway.
Yeah. You could have stayed
Asheville
at
ain't
the house.
halfway to me. It's a
Eric,
long-
Eric has a residence at the house too.
Eric,
you-
I think Asheville's not quite halfway to you.
No.
So where are you based out of, Scott?
Asheville is. I've drove it straight from here before. It's almost 7 hours, like 6.5. If you're cooking, you can get
That's
there.
not terrible.
6
Brad,
hours.
he's very close to you, about 2 hours.
Yeah, I'm between Knoxville and Bristol. I'm in Greenville.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I was actually up that way last week.
Oh wow.
We went and picked up a big lot of Playmobil up close to. Actually, it was in North Carolina, a place called Mars Hill.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I drove by there today whenever I took my wife to the airport.
Cool. Yeah, we drove back through Bristol and just to look at the track up there and stuff, and 3 states, 1 date. That's what we did.
You find that NASCAR stuff up there, Bristol?
I didn't look for it.
You know, it's funny, Eric. I see a lot of when I was down in Florida, I saw more NASCAR stuff down there than I did actually up here.
You know what? OSP tells me, like Chris, he said because the folks in Tennessee wear their stuff to death.
It's probably true.
He said they ain't getting rid of no t-shirts, buddy. Like they hold on to them.
They do.
Like that's no joke, because I was cleaning out my closet this morning. I've been looking at it, and I decided I just got to get it cleaned out. I threw away 5 underwear that was completely missing the downstairs, and I threw away like 4 pairs of pants that were just all ripped all up in the inseam. And
It's hard to give up a good fitting pair of underwear.
dude. We wear them to death. That's true.
That's what Chris always tells me. He said, "Bro, I can't find that stuff like y'all do," because he's like, these people out here, man, they keep their stuff.
Yeah.
Either that or they pass it down to the next
You gotta have
generation.
Cernak and Tim with you. They'll just buy it off your back or your head.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can find that classic Def Leppard shirt here, but it's missing some pieces.
yeah.
It's missing letters.
It's not some old dude that leaned up against the trees wearing that rig. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Like, no.
Yeah,
man.
And if
it's not the Bon Jovi T-shirt; it's the Bon Joe T-shirt here.
Yeah.
I was down in Alabama and this guy did sell me one of his clothes, but he wanted me to stay in it.
Ooh.
What?
Yeah. Leroy had a fan.
Is this like an escort thing or situation we're talking
Man,
about?
hey, oh boy, dude, if he was hitting 4 bills, that might
No,
have been
he
a
was
little
for
much.
5,500.
Yeah.
What did he say? He said, "You got a pretty mouth."
Yeah.
Practically. That's practically what he said.
Oh,
he said,
wow.
he said, because Leroy asked, he said, "What's the best you can do on this?" He said, "Depends on if you try it on for me or not." I was like, yo.
And then I shut down. Who bought it for me? Did Chris buy it for me?
Chris. Yeah, Chris bought it. We were with an old school figure, man.
I know
It's funny because the two of them were joking with each other the whole time. Cause like when I booked the Airbnb, like I said, well, y'all boys are just gonna have to share the same room. I'm in this other room, and they were joking about it the whole time. Then we roll up that sale. I said, "Ain't no joke down here, boy." Yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah, funny stuff. Funny stuff. Yeah, I was gonna do a show today, man, but I'm so we had a tenant that we have like a tiny house behind our house, and he's lived there for like 7 years. He moved and he had a dog in there, so dude, I'm having to gut the whole place and redo it. But I mean, it's fine. Like he helped me, like we kind of did it to help him out, and he ended up helping us out. So it's one of those things. Like now we're just gonna Airbnb it though, because too many horror stories with renters. Like if I didn't know this guy personally, like yeah, it could be a problem. But one of those things.
540 says, "I'm ready for the Route 29. I haven't been finding hardly anything in my area so far this year. Ready to load up."
Hey, Brandon, all you gotta do is come to my house, bro. I got you. I am surrounded by stuff.
We just hit our first yard sale yesterday.
I haven't hit one yet.
I went to 2 estates. I don't know if you guys watched Liston Loafing. Where's my cup?
What's that?
Look at this.
Oh,
nice.
steamed.
Yeah, but check this out.
It has the shirt.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Dead stock too, buddy.
Is it the full face sting?
Yeah.
Oh, heck yeah. That's cool.
Oh.
Yeah.
Get that thing listed because it'll be hot right now.
Something like that.
Yeah, I mean, that's like this is the perfect time to list that joker.
That's what Cernak told me. He said, "You better get it up quick."
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That was a estate / my guy calling it. And this is the other cool t-shirt I found the other day. This one's dead stock too. The old Cardiac Kids.
Nice.
Cardiac Pack.
I'll tell you one good thing about
1983.
one good thing about being down here where I am, and Eric knows this too. A lot of guys like Brandon, so even some of you guys, like I can literally thrift 52 weeks in a year and 3 or 4 times a week if I really want to. It only stops like the week of Christmas. And if it's just like really bad raining 3 or 4 days in a row. But if I wanted to, I could be the biggest hoarder in the world if I had the money.
Dude, Leroy has flea markets that are actual like buyable flea markets. Like you can actually go there and purchase stuff at a decent
On a
price.
Monday. On a Monday,
On a Monday,
Thursday.
a Tuesday, a Wednesday, a Thursday, a Friday. You can get there every day if you want.
Yeah, I wish we had those here.
We ain't got a flea market within 2.5 hours.
Wow.
Like, and even that, when you get to it, you're like, waste of time. Like, Dollar General threw up in the back of someone's car. Like,
the one that Josh goes to here at Tornado, that's only about an hour and 20 minutes from me. The one on Wednesdays and Saturdays. I've sold there. I just don't drive that far because I'm spoiled.
Yeah, he is.
He's on the west side of Columbia, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Leroy drives like 2 minutes to everything. Like if he drives 15 minutes, like he's
No, my honey hole is 40 minutes.
yeah.
The other one, I don't go to often. That one's a little far. That's an hour. And then Barnyard is 17 minutes.
Wow.
So,
Dude, I had Leroy. I sold that Game Boy today.
already?
165, bro. 165.
Did you get open value or did you go down?
Well, I listed it at 199, but I honestly, dude, I think the guy used my coupon. To be honest, it might be somebody I know because it went down to 165. It was 199, so I had a 20% coupon in there somewhere hidden.
So did you know that or you didn't know that?
Well, I was wondering why it was 165, and I was like, oh, that's why, because I had an open coupon that I didn't think about, but I don't care. Like, dude, it's well over what I paid for everything I bought that day. So,
Well, the back of that thing did you guys get to see that on the show last week?
hold on, I'll show it to you. I'll pull it up. I got my little AI. I got my little AI background working. Let me see if I can get her.
Scott, you doing okay?
Yeah, I'm doing good, man.
Good.
Share screen.
Yeah, I hit some on one way back from one of our trips. I hit some thrift stores probably in your area. There was like some Carms or something.
Oh, Carms are terrible.
Dude, those things they were painful.
Yeah.
Eric, can I pull it up?
Yeah, it's probably around Morristown, Sevierville area.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I had.
With the clear box and everything, when he showed the back of it, it looked like the springs weren't even compressed.
Wow.
Yeah, it has the same box. So I didn't know this. This is like a little learning experience for me. But so the back of it, see how it has the serial number and then the serial number on the case. So apparently, if you have both of that matching, that ups the value. Because this Game Boy by itself is like about $80, but having the case is the game changer.
So they both matched.
Yeah. Yep. Right there.
How'd you learn? Who told you that?
Who you think?
So
Yeah. Cernak, man. People think he's just the clothing guy. Like this dude knows about a little bit of everything. Yep. 540 knows the deal. Yep.
So what do you guys? Anybody have anything going on this weekend? I know it's early, but I'm just curious.
I tell you what I'm going to be doing this weekend, which is kind of like one of those things. Different folks have different ideas about this. Do you guys have large item pickup where you're at? So in our county, 2 times a year, they do large item household pickup, and people load it beside the road, right?
I know what Eric's doing.
So that's Monday. Monday is when they start the large item pickup. So there's 2 gated communities where I live. Okay, if you live near me, stay out of off my lawn, okay?
Yeah, Julian, yeah. Don't you go up there.
Julian, that's like 5 hours for him. He ain't driving up here. But so there's 2 gated communities. So I know the deal. I know how to get in there. And so I generally go in there and like both of the gated, one of the gated communities is super wealthy. The other one's not so wealthy. But I've rolled in the wealthy one before and be picking up $100 items off the road, like that people are just like, I don't need this.
And Eric, we'll tell you, like we say it on RAN all the time. Like when he's out there, if you see a refrigerator, you look it up, and if it says a compressor is $300, you take that compressor out of that refrigerator.
Dude, I tell you what I did last time there was large item pickup. If you see Lazy Boy or a lift chair, bro, Hey,
Well, lift chairs are money.
within 3 minutes, I can have the stuff off the lift chair that I need and leave the chair and be done. Because you just pull the pins on there's I can't even think of the name of them right now, but they're like $75-$80, like the little hydraulic pieces under there.
Yeah.
Two pins, pull it
with
out,
2 pins in a plug.
unplug it.
If the motor's no good, but the rod is not bent, the rod sells for like $30.
Yeah. Dude, Lazy Boy, the handle's like $40 if you have just the handle. Like, yeah.
It's
And
funny
they
you
do-
say that, Eric, because I used to deliver for a big delivery company, big, and we used to deliver down in Melbourne Beach, Florida. And Thursdays, we always fought over who got to do that route because all those rich people, they would buy something brand new and throw the old stuff out on the curb. We would make a couple deliveries, and once we got room in our trucks, we'd pick up the stuff and take it home. I'd stop by my house almost every single day.
So what's crazy, the one neighborhood, the rich neighborhood, they'll have an annual yard sale the Saturday before large item pickup. So you can go out there and hit all the yard sale, and then you can come back later that afternoon, and everything that didn't sell will be outside the room.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
It's
And they just do that twice a year.
twice a year, man.
We do. We have large item day on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
What happens with us is so like, okay, down the road from my house, not even half mile down the road from my house, there is a scrapyard that does metal. Dude, at my house, like I could put, there's a piece of metal on it and I put it beside the road, like I literally could set my watch within an hour, it's gone. Like, and most things like that, if I put it outside the road, like I've already took a load outside the road this afternoon, like for the large item stuff, because like I said, I'm cleaning out that we're going to remodel it. And so there's already a load of stuff out there. And I'll be curious, like when I walk out in the morning, I'll probably be like, oh yeah, most of that stuff's gone. Like somebody's got it.
I just wish we had trash pickup here. We don't even have trash pickup.
Yeah, we do, but you got to pay for it. Like the taxes are like crazy high.
I mean, I've never put anything out by the road here that wasn't gone in just, it seems like 30, 40 minutes.
Dude, you should hang some t-shirts out there and see what happens.
Dude, there'll be 2 meth
There's
addicted.
a car wreck out there.
I don't care what it is. I mean, somehow, like, you can put like a couch out there and somebody in a Toyota Corolla will be finding a way to pack that thing up and haul it off, dude.
Oh yeah, I think that's what happens to me because the guys going to the junkyard, you know that they're junkers, bro. Like, oh yeah, I can fix that. Oh, I'll put that out there. We can use that.
I see it at one of my flea markets. I'm like, what are you're trying to get $20 for that? What is that?
Yeah, because yeah.
I've seen some funny things here, man. People will take anything, dude.
Now, are you more in the country? You're more in the country, right, Brad?
Yeah, it's pretty rural.
What's your closest? The easiest way to say it is, where's your closest Walmart or Dollar General? If your Dollar General's 2 miles away, then you out there.
Yeah, that's probably less than 2 miles away.
Okay, so you're okay then.
Bro, Dollar General, they're throwing them things up everywhere. It's like, oh, there's a crossroad in the middle of these fields. Like, let's take one of them out.
Check this out, Eric.
Ooh.
Oh, that's cool.
I bet you find a lot of those where you're at.
It burns my hands.
Yeah, that looks good with your Kentucky hat, man. You should.
I know.
You're like, what's wrong with you?
I'm not a volunteer fan, but whenever I see something like this for $1, you can't pass it up.
No.
I showed this on the thing the other week.
Uh-oh.
This is a pretty good one we picked up.
Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Yeah. I picked one up, and my son picked one up at this same yard sale, and he put his up for sale. I think sold it for like $125, $140, like
Wow.
like overnight.
What'd you guys put into them? 5?
Yeah, 5 a piece. Yeah.
That's a good buy.
And I passed over some other really good ones, but I mean they were like beyond repair nasty. For some reason, these two hats didn't have hardly any wear. I mean, they're a little dirty, but anyway.
I just hit a massive lick on hats recently. Like I'm still surrounded. I sold some the other day on One Stop, but I got a couple that are really good. Like this one, I got to handle it with care right now though, because it's a little fragile. I'm gonna try to steam it, see if I can make the build come back to life a little bit. It's out on the edge. Like sometimes I feel of them, I was like, oh man, it's like on the edge. Like if I was to do like this, that thing would be
Crumbling.
flaked out. But this is like satin. Probably went with that T-shirt that I had earlier. And this, there's not one out there.
Oh, that one's cool.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
My
There's
brother
not
would be all over that one.
Not another one out there right now.
I like that on the back. That's awesome too.
Yeah, like that's 90s stuff. Like I actually had, like I was a Hurricane fan back in the day as a kid. Because growing up in Florida, you either like the Seminoles or the Gators. But dude, I grew up in like Michael Irvin era, man. So like all those guys, like I like that those guys that played for. I like the cockiness back then. Now
It's
I'm
the
not-
Jimmy Johnson era.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Rams-
even before too. Like, but Jimmy Johnson was there before he went to Cowboys. Yeah, he like dude. I
Rams-
mean, obviously there's a lot of early payment going on with those fellas on the Hurricanes back in the day. The Booster Club was definitely
The original NIL.
yeah. That was
I would have never had any of those hats because I don't like that style. I could have had shark tooths, and I mean all that stuff when growing up Steelers, and I didn't like the style.
man, the big logo. If you find the big logo stuff, is so. I mean that hats have dipped a lot, but man, big logo stuff still has massive value. Like if you can find the ones where it rolls down on the bill, like those things are still huge. In our private chat, like we were the other day talking about, there's one, I'm gonna see if I can find it. There's a Tar Heels one that's like insane. It just sold for crazy money. We don't know if it's real or not, but dude, the guy who bought it, like there's 53 bids on this thing, so I think it was. Leroy, I'm gonna pull it up real quick.
Sure.
Yeah, you guys will be shocked what this thing goes for.
What?
Oh wow.
You saw that?
That's cool.
Wait, does that one say 5,000?
35.51, bro.
Wow.
Big logo. The crazy thing is, someone sold it prior to that, or one like it. Yeah, now it says it looks like somebody didn't pay. I was just looking at it. Somebody didn't pay. I had this hat as a kid. This one right here.
That's sweet.
Big logo. Yeah, the big logo one still got huge value. So
Junk Monkey, what's going on? How are you? Thanks for stopping in.
Grams and Pops in the chat said they're about to have a fire sale on hats, 50% off, and whatever don't sell goes in the fire.
yeah.
Well, around here, the far.
Before.
This is a Premore 540 Premore.
So
Premore, made in Korea. This one.
we were talking earlier about the dirty, not the dirty South. I don't know what you guys would call Tennessee, but me and Eric last year, we were going up through Georgia, going to the 127, and we stopped at this old man's house. We're going. It says yard sale. We're going through.
Dude, it's pouring rain. It's pouring rain, right? This dude's outside the road going, "Hey, come on in, come on in." He's waving us like this out there. We're going through the mountains, bro. Like I was like, "What is this dude like?" And we pull
he
up
has this 1950s, not 50s, probably 1960s Ford truck, and he has this huge.
It's like a little tow truck. It's like an old tow truck, is what it is.
Yeah, and the teddy bear was the size of me.
Yeah,
And it's sitting in the window with its arm out the thing. He was just a mess.
My man sold me some cleats that we were pouring the water out of them. Like literally, he's like, he's like, you want these? He said, what do you buy? I said, I buy old clothing. Like if you have any. He's like, oh yeah, I got some. He goes, and he shows me, and I'm like, he hands me this cleat. I'm literally like pouring the water out of it. He's like, it's cheap. Don't worry about it. It's cheap. Like,
what you end up doing with those? Throwing them away,
dude? I actually
or
yeah,
did you what?
I think I don't know. I may have that one pair I actually still have, like the old. It's like super old cleats. Like
Yeah,
it's got the around the top part. It's got like where it's stitched around, like where there's a lace that goes around the top of the cleat like that. I mean, they're old, but I was like, man, he gave me some gloves that were just, dude, they were right slick. They're so wet. Like he's like, you can have them, you can have them. And then he takes me out. Leroy's, I'll just tell you something about Leroy. Leroy's a little skittish about around stuff, man. He's a little skittish, right? So this guy takes me out, and like I'm in the summertime, bro. I don't wear shoes. Like I wear flip flops everywhere. Like these guys know. So I'll go in barns and everything else, like in flip flops. Leroy's like, dude, I'm not going in there. Like I'm not. There's snakes. There's all this kind of stuff. This guy said, man, I got a bunch of stuff out here at the barn. And I was like, I'm looking around. I said, well, where's the barn? It's up the hill up here. He said, well, the barn fell in, but the stuff's still there. So dude, we're out here digging through this stuff. Leroy's like, he's standing way back. He's like, man, I know there's a snake in there. I know there's a snake in there.
There he is.
He had some wild stuff too, but dude, it was just done. It was
barn,
done.
And he'd be pulling stuff out, and it was all fell in. Then he had a little garden area with a marijuana plant.
Yeah, a little cannabis garden out there on the side. He's like, don't worry about that.
He's like, but come over here. Look at this trampoline. I got this, man.
Hey, it's funny though, because I told him Leroy's name. I said, yeah, this is my buddy Leroy. Hey, big boy. Hey, big boy. Leroy. Hey, big boy. Come here for a minute. Big boy.
And I'm not hearing it. I'm not.
Leroy's got his money. He's like, let's get back in the car.
Yeah,
You don't hearing it or you don't understand it.
Yeah.
No, I'm certain things like that. Certain, if it's tools and I can see them and I get a good feel in the beginning, then I'm in it. If I gotta look for it, no.
I'll tell you what he had there though, that I tried to buy off of him. So he had them concrete lawn ornament things. He had Georgia Bulldogs, dude. Like a row of them.
Yes.
Georgia Bulldog, and I was like, man, those things are worth money. Like,
if we threw him the right money, we could have took them.
Yeah, I was sitting there talking to him, man. And he's like, yeah, he said, them belong to my daughter-in-law. I can't get rid of them. Like, he's like going on. I was like, man, I said, well, we got some cash, bro. Like, if you're looking at it, he goes, nah. He said, she'd probably shoot me if I did that. And I was like, yeah, you're probably right. Like, out here.
And up here where we're at, it's one of those that you go to a yard sale, and Christina gets trapped in more than I do because I kind of walk away as they're talking to me. But she goes to a yard sale and they tell her their entire life story.
Oh yeah,
everywhere.
See, I like that. I do that stuff, man. Like I get in with people all the time. Like Leroy and those guys are like, "Come on, dude, let's go." And I'm like, "Nah, we're about to get into something right now." Like
you got to teach them that Southern hospitality.
Oh yeah.
They'd be like, man, you take that shoe, man, you pour that water out, and it'd be like good new, man.
Well, me and Eric
just buff it up a little bit.
Me and Eric talk about this all the time on RAM, but when we go deep in the woods in Tennessee and Alabama, Eric is my interpreter because they don't know what I'm saying.
Yeah, he be talking that stuff about getting the car. They're like, what did he say? Yeah.
One lady posted a yard sale and we went over by her house and she wasn't outside. So I messaged her. I said, you still got your yard sale? She goes, oh, I'm so sorry. I got a urinary tract infection and I'm just not feeling too good. I'm cramping up a lot and everything. So I don't know if I'm going to have it today. I'm like, too much.
Yeah. And those things just roll on and on. Yeah, got a urinary tract infection, man. Talk about trying some cranberry juice, man. Her cranberry juice fix that thing, man.
Yeah. Well, my granddad, he had a little shine. That's what he used for that stuff. He'd take it right out, burn it right out of there. Yeah.
Sister's gonna have this baby tonight. I'm babysitting the kids and dog while Josie and Ma Duke's trying to convince my sister to go to the hospital. She
Right.
better be there.
Can you guys picture Uncle Tim?
Uncle
We
Tim.
see Tim. We see Tim a different way. I would love to just have a YouTube crew follow Uncle Tim.
Oh, I bet he'd be fun with a baby.
Yeah.
Dude, Tim's got the greatest laugh in reselling. That kid's gonna have some fun. Congrats, Unc. Yeah.
Classic overshare. Yeah. Nah, it is funny. Leroy does, like, they always, like, he'll say something and then they'll look at me. They're like, what do you say? Like,
Because I'll be like, Eric, you want me to bring that to the car?
Yeah.
And they'll be like,
yeah. Leroy's like, you got any tools? You got any saws?
you got any
They're like,
saws?
what?
Oh, he's asking if you have any chainsaws.
They're like, we ain't got no barbecue. We ain't got no sauce out here. My uncle, he sells sauce if you want some. I told him, I said, if you keep saying sauce, they're gonna bring out some shine here shortly.
Probably, yep.
You gonna
What's up, Chris? Chris is not feeling well tonight, guys. But those who know me, this is my channel, but I do a show with Chris and Brad and other guests on Buck Mountain Bomb. That channel you see there. And Chris couldn't do it tonight, so I decided to do it on this channel. So
Yeah. Get better, Chris.
I was gonna run an auction on One Stop tonight, but I
you
was in
still
the yard
can.
all day, so I was like, I'm not doing that.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Happy birthday,
Oh, yeah,
Chris.
happy
too.
birthday.
It's his birthday.
Yo, sick on your birthday, man.
Yeah, my goal for the year was to run at least 25 auctions.
How's that working out for you?
And I've got one in so far this year.
Yeah, it's already March.
I think
No,
we're gonna
right?
do a train this before the end of the month, maybe. That's what we were talking about.
Yeah, don't do it the week of Easter, please.
Nah, I'm booked up that week too. I'm actually doing a yard sale next Saturday, not this Saturday, next Saturday. So I'll have the massive setup. This Saturday I got to get in the neighborhoods, but next week I'll have my.
Do you have to stay? Are you gonna have to stay down that way, Eric? Because Resurrection Sunday is so busy for you guys.
Yeah, we don't like. We haven't been doing a sunrise service, but like we may do it this year. There's some guys that have reached out to me about it.
So you might have to stay down that way.
Yeah. I mean, if we're doing sunrise, I'm not getting up at 3:00. That's for sure. But yeah.
What town are you guys gonna be staying in on the 100 mile?
What town? I'm not 100% yet. I'm waiting to hear confirmation on the. Like we've stayed out Smith Mountain before, but it's a little bit of a hike to get there. I've stayed in Lynchburg before too. That's actually probably a little better. Like the motels there are pretty good. But,
Yeah, I was talking to 540 Flips, and I think Christina's looking to book something over in Lynchburg, so I think we're gonna go this year.
yeah, I got you. Yeah, it sounds like there's gonna be a crew. The 100 miles not as good as some of the other ones I go to for sure. Like you kind of gotta just hit at the right time because like there's not the first year we went, we did a little better, but there's turned into a little bit more field stuff than what used to be. Like used to, it was like mostly just mom and pop kind of setting up at the sale. But every year, I will say this: every year I've bought a load, but it's all been making a connection, going to a place. Like last year, we had a private pick set up before I even went up there. I know a few people in that area, so like I generally call around and see if they can find us something before we get it. But like as far as just straight picking, I mean it's fun. It's fun to hang out with folks and run into folks and like. But yeah, it's the same. Like for me, for all of those yard sales like that, like really, I go to hang out with people and generally, like my rule of thumb for all those is day one, I try to pick by myself for the most part and get what I want, and then after that, I go with everybody else and be like. then it's just for fun for me at that point. Like it's just like honestly for me, I try to see A, what's the strangest thing I can find? B, can we get a private pick out of a yard sale? Like that's always my goal. Like, can I get at someone's house? Can I get like come by the house? We got all this stuff. Like, and that usually happens as well.
Yeah.
But never give up, because our best pick was honestly our best pick was those parts, and that was the last sale we went to. Totally,
that was at 127. Yeah.
I know, but I'm saying like don't give up, because that was the last.
Honestly,
day.
we didn't even really want to go to that place. Like me and Leroy were like, let's just go. Like we'll just pick on the way home. And then we went out there, and the only reason we went out there is because Resale King was out there, Brandon. And I was just standing there talking to him. Leroy had walked around, and he comes back, hey, come over here. I need you. Like, and we get over there. I was like, whoa, what have we done stumbled into? So, yeah, it's funny.
But guys, it's been an hour. I'm going to keep it short. I'm going to let you guys say something around the horn. So we'll go with Brad, go down and over, back up to me, and then we're going to cut it off. So go ahead, Brad.
Yeah, I just want to say, hey, thanks for having me on, Leroy. It's good to hang out with you. It was awesome to meet Scott. Hadn't met Scott before. Of course, Eric's a fellow brother. And, yeah, I just thank everybody watching. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. And to Chris, get better, dude. I hate that you're sick on your birthday.
Yeah, I appreciate Leroy. You sent me a message and asked me to come on. Always like trying to do that little mingling with other people, and I haven't met Brad before, and it sounds like he's somewhat close to me, so maybe we can link up and do some picking together or something. And I always enjoy like listening to you and Eric and the rest of the guys on the RIN every Tuesday. So I appreciate you bringing me on and let me have a little bit of time to chat with you guys.
No problem.
Yeah, it's cool. Actually, we had Scott over at the house last year at 127 with some other guys, and did some crazy auctions and all kinds of other stuff going on. So, yeah,
we sold the piece of pizza or whatnot.
Yeah, yeah. Shout out Death File Picker.
Yeah,
yeah. I actually, dude, I ended up. I was literally gonna like vacuum seal the pizza and send it to him, but I couldn't get my vacuum sealer to work, so I just sent him a gift card, like for pizza. But yeah, so Leroy dropped in the chat earlier for us, like to come by and hang out if had a chance. So yeah, it's always fun to hang out with guys and just talk a little reselling, get Leroy some hours. See if we can get you back to 100, Leroy.
Yeah, 100 hours.
Yeah.
I'm still jealous over Leroy's warehouse.
Oh, bro, have you been there before?
Yeah, when we drove back from Florida, we stopped by and saw him. He gave us the grand tour. It's like I'm so jealous.
Yeah, Leroy ain't fooling nobody anymore, man. We don't let him skate by on that stuff. Like he's always like, "Oh, I'm just a baby reseller. I don't know anything." Like I'm like, "Nah, man. Like you okie doking the folks. Like you ain't got okie doke us. You ain't buying from us." Hey, so also Leroy soon to be the tool expert on One Stop Shop. Like we're working on that, getting in there.
It is something I got to work on. It definitely is, and I want to thank you guys. It was just I just said, you know what, I'm gonna go on here. There's a lot of people that you guys don't know that are in the chats that have been following me for a long time, Julian and those guys. So I appreciate everybody that stopped in. Don't know when it's going to happen again, if it's going to happen again, if it's not going to happen again. I don't know. I just had it in my heart to do it. So everybody be safe, trying to keep it close to an hour. Everybody be safe and share the video. I think it was a really good video, so you guys can share it. And that's it. We are done, guys. Take care, everybody. Thank you.
Hey, that's hard for you Southern folks. Hard. Okay.
Yeah. I want to say.